A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. It's a very beautiful, cold and wet Monday night in Lagos. I don't know exactly what is happening wherever you are or wherever you're watching us from, but it's a wet day in Lagos, and we're happy to be here, of course, to do what we love to do, which is to review events of the weekend and, of course, look forward to an exciting week of sports and update you with all that you need to know around sports, not just in Nigeria, across the globe as well. We're happy to be here to do this, and I'm not alone on a Monday night like this. Starting off the show with me, let me just tell you that we have a very impressive lineup of guests on the program tonight. So there's something in it for everybody. I mean, if you're interested in the domestic scene, the Globe Premier League, there's plenty for you on the show tonight. Tobi Adepoju is somewhere around. We'll be coming in later on. I'll be taking a look at what happened over the weekend in the Globe Premier League. If you're a lover of grassroots, it doesn't get bigger than Channel's National Kids Cup. We'll be talking about that in a couple of minutes as well. The Dawn Games has kicked off in Lagos. Southwest teams, Southwest states, bringing the best of secondary school athletes together in Lagos. We'll talk about it. We have some very high-profile guests who will be coming to talk to us about the Dawn Games, the challenges, the possibilities, and all that is going around it, even as the tournament gets underway in Lagos. Plenty of football, of course, because we're counting down to the World Cup. So you should expect that there will be plenty of football as well. It's end of season in some leagues in Europe. Coaches are moving, players are moving. We'll talk about two high-profile pronouncements today around coaching. That's also on the menu for you on Sports Tonight. So there is a lot. CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations Cup, the race to the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations is on already in Africa. We'll talk about it as well on the program tonight. But let me just quickly introduce to you those starting off the show with me. It doesn't mean that the first 11 is better than those on the bench. Our team is so good. Those on the bench are as good as those in the starting 11. And these guys, are starting tonight. Oye Uchuachuku, the news editor of Sporting Live on Sports Tonight this Monday. And of course, Austin Okonakpan is also starting off the show with me this Monday. Guys, wet day in Lagos, but you guys are looking super fit.
Yeah, you have to be fit for sports.
Good to have you.
I don't know about you, but I know I'm fit. And for us to be starting, it means this is the first team. The other one is reserved.
Okay. Whether they are reserved or not, we'll find out when they come on set. But then, once again, we have a super lineup of guests on the program tonight. So please stay with us and enjoy every bit of what we have to offer you on Sports Tonight this Monday. But let's tell you that this show, in spite of the fact that we have super guests on this side, is not complete without you. You need to get involved. You need to be a part of what we're doing. You need to interact with us. You need to feed us back about all the issues, and the way to do it is what you're seeing on your screen. Feed us back with your opinion to the issues as we raise them on the program tonight. On Facebook, Twitter are those platforms available to you tonight. So please get on with us, talk to us, let us know exactly what you feel around all the issues as we raise them on the program this Monday. All right, so that's it as we get set sail tonight. But gentlemen, let's quickly start off by counting down to the 2014 World Cup. What's the story? 24 days to go, gentlemen. That's like 3 weeks and 3 days. It's really closing in on us. When you're really closing in.
Yeah, we are eagerly awaiting the opening game of the World Cup, Brazil against Croatia. And just today, Tony, there was this good news that Sao Paulo Stadium, successfully underwent a test run. This is the normal tradition of FIFA to make sure that all the facilities are put to test to ensure that we don't run into some hitches during the World Cup proper. And that stadium, was able to undergo that test run, and they hosted the game successfully. I think it's good news for the followers of the World Cup, people who want to go there and watch, for FIFA, for Brazil. There have been these stories about some of the facilities not ready. So I think this one is, very good news.
We've had a lot of delays, collapses, and all of that, and this has gone through a lot of setback. But to be ready to host a test run maybe just good enough.
That's it.
Cherry news. I mean, because all the news we've been hearing in a couple of days are the riots, facilities not meeting up to standard, no time, and all of that. So, I mean, Brazil should also beat their chest that, look, we've been able to pull this out.
And yes, they will pull it out, because, I mean, this is Brazil. Remember before the World Cup kicked off in South Africa, we heard worse, and there were doubts, because it's an African World Cup, are we going to be able to do it? But then South Africa did put up a spectacular show. This is Brazil. This is also a country that is getting ready to host the 2016 Olympics. So they're not going to fall short of expectations. All of these things come up with doubts and people, trying to, mess up the works people are doing, those that are aggrieved. This is a venue for them to, come out and, speak to the world. I don't have any doubt that Brazil will not, deliver the sort of World Cup that the world is expecting. Remember, too, even for the Winter Olympics, we said something like this when they love protest and all of that. The moment the games kick off, when we see Brazil, Croatia play good football,
and Brazil wins with plenty of
everybody will
goals.
drop their worries and their complaints and say, oh boy, the action has started, let's be part of the fun. For infrastructure, I think Brazil will make up to it. But let me just come back home to 24 days to go. And again, it comes to mind that this is the time for us to start coming together to start supporting the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I spoke to Coach Stephen Keshi today, and he says that truly this is not the time for anyone to be questioning the list. There's nothing we can do about it.
The list has gone to FIFA, has gone to FIFA.
He says if he brings 20 Lionel Messi to that provisional list, everybody will start saying, why 20 Lionel Messi? At least bring one new player to encourage, So I'm just saying 24 days to go for us as lovers of football in the country. Wish them well. Pray for them. Whatever you cannot change, you just pray about it and hope for the best.
All right, we'll talk more about the Keshi interview later on. We will have you a part of it on the program as we move on. But let's talk about coaches. The season is over in Europe. Let's just quickly talk about high-profile appointments of coaches. And the Dutch, remember, losing finalists in 2010. They will be hoping to do one better in 2014. Their man, the manager of the Dutch national team, Louis van Gaal, has already secured another high-profile job at the end of the World Cup. He's going to be the coach of Manchester United. Onye, this looks like a marriage made in heaven. High-profile coach, high-profile club. Very much unlike what we had the last time.
It's not rocket science. There's nothing sure in football. But for Manchester United, I think when you look at their profile, what they want to achieve.
Somebody close to Sir Alex.
The chairman said this is a coach that has achieved so much. They will also hope that he will transfer those feats into Manchester United.
Is this the closest to Sir Alex that we can get?
I mean, which coach are you going to employ again? He has won titles with Ajax, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, AZ Alkmaar. I mean,
he's been everywhere.
He's been everywhere.
But he's also had a share of controversy, falling out with players.
Absolutely. I think that will be a litmus test for him at Manchester United because some of the players will come with their ego.
And he has not worked under the scrutiny of the English press.
He has to.
The English press. They can be crucial.
Of course, when you coach in England, you have to know how to cope with the English press.
And there are reports that Van Persie may now become the new captain of United.
Yes.
Already signs of...
we've been hearing that, and even Rooney...
Of what Louis van Gaal will come to do.
Were Rooney developing cold feet.
Whether he wants to stay or not.
Whether he wants to stay or not. If they eventually make Robin Van Persie the captain of the team.
All right, so that's the story around Louis van Gaal. Is now confirmed as the new manager of Manchester United. Welcome to England for Louis van Gaal. Let's see if he can be a success. I mean, as he's been in Holland, been in Spain, and been everywhere. But he's had his fair share of criticism. One that comes to mind, Rivaldo, the Brazilian, says that man cannot manage a World Cup player, a World Cup winner. But let's hope that all of that will change once it gets started in England. But let's talk about Barcelona as well. Terrible season for Barcelona, Austin. But they have appointed one of their own, somebody who grew through the ranks, Luis Enrique. They must get to try this time.
Well,
if not, where are they going to turn to?
And then they'll just be saying to themselves that we brought Pep, from this level,
and it was a success.
And he did wonders. So let's see if Luis Enrique can do this. But let's go back to the Tatamat, incidents. Again, it explains that not every coach can coach a good team. You need a good manager to coach a good team. When you say these things and people just it's a good team, it's Barcelona, does that mean you should carry John Obu to go and coach it? I just look at Barcelona and everything that has happened to them this season, and then you'll see that their character is dropping. that character that they have as passed on, that when they are coming to play football, you just know that it's going to be a win-win for them. But Luis Enrique, he knows the club, and then let's see, does have the sort of experience that you expect again, but let's see what he can do. And then you take it back to Manchester United, and then everybody saying, no, Giggs should not be given a chance, to coach Manchester United. And I said, to an extent, if he knows the club, it should be. The biggest problem first for Louis van Gaal is to be able to hold down the big players. And if Wayne Rooney isn't cool with the fact that you're just coming and you're making a Dutchman the captain, I'm leaving problems for him already.
All right, let's talk about our own coach. He's also had his own fair share of criticisms, and people have questioned his list of 30 for the World Cup. This guy should be there, this guy shouldn't be there. I think Stephen Keshi should be a lucky man. This is a man given 5 million naira to do a job on a monthly basis, and people still want to help him to do the job. That's a lucky man. That's a lucky man. Austin Okonakwan caught up with him earlier today, and he had a few things to say. Actually picking up his awards. Last year, he was the coach of the year at the Nigeria Football Pitch Awards. Unfortunately, because of the pressure of the World Cup and the qualifying games, he couldn't turn up, but he turned up today to pick up his awards, and he had a few things to say about his backroom staff. Let's take that break. We'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
This award, really, I don't think it's meant for me alone, because me getting up here is because of my coaches. Daniel Omokachi, Ike Shoromu, Pale Nwadinu, and of course Ivana Sopala when he was with us. These are the brain behind the team. These guys don't sleep. If we finished eating, they take another 2-3 hours talking about the team, what needs to do in training section. Sometimes I just fall asleep. If I finish, when I wake me, they're good. So I thank them. This is for them. I also want to thank the media. They'll be wonderful. I know sometimes it's overwhelming sometimes. We're all human beings. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose.
Golden Penny Foods, food for champions, partnering with Channel's National Kids Cup. And so 16 schools, powered by Golden Penny Foods, fighting it out for one trophy. Wow, that's a fight of champions we have on our hands. So let's talk about Channel's National Kids Cup. And Austin, 16 schools, 4 from Lagos.
Fantastic.
That's some battle. That's the World Cup for kids.
When we were done with the preliminaries, I said to myself, now the real deal is here. Antoine, we witnessed goals galore at the preliminaries. A total of 92 goals scored in 4 days. These kids,